Today, we're joined by the luminous Helen Ye Plehn. Helen is an intuitive guide, energy educator, and author of the transformative book, The Aura Color Wheel. Helen takes us on a journey beyond the visible, exploring how the colors in and around us tell a story, one of healing, alignment, and deeper self-understanding. Her book blends ancient Eastern wisdom with modern energetic insight, helping us decode the emotional and spiritual messages our aura carries every day. If you've ever wondered what your aura says about you, or how color can influence your mood, relationships, and purpose, this episode is for you. Helen Ye Plehn, up next. Helen Plehn, thank you so much for joining us on Different Facets of Happiness. How are you? I'm so glad to have you here.
I'm very well. Thank you, Jackie, for having me today. I'm very grateful to be on your show.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So, Helen, take us back to the version of yourself before your spiritual awakening. Who was she and what was missing?
Oh, I love this question, actually. I would tell people today, the one that you are meeting me right now, it's called Helen 5.0. So the version of me before spiritual awakening, we need to go back to 2011. That was the wake-up call for me.
Yeah.
So in 2011, before that, since my birth till then, I was very much living my parents and society's expectation of what success and happiness looks like. So you need to have a decent job, marry a good guy, have a good family, and then you're all set. And around 2011, I was in my PhD student, almost graduating. I already had 3 academic papers published, engaged to my husband. Luckily, we're still married till today. So from the outside world, everything looks perfect, right? And that's what I've been told since I was a child, that this is what success is supposed to look like. But however, I wasn't happy. I was having a lot of severe anxiety and depression issues. And there was one point it gets so bad that I had a panic attack ER visit. Then my soul is beginning to yell to know, who am I really? What am I really supposed to do here? And how can I be really happy? So that was the version before any spiritual practice, any, spiritual discovery. I was very much in the 3D realm, thinking, that's how it's supposed to be. Now, I want to add that.
What was the final moment that tipped you into this transformation?
It literally is the PR panic attack visit that I cannot handle the stress of publish or perish, let me put it that way, because in the academia, it's, I do love learning. So I have no complaint about learning, doing research and studying. But it's about the activity that brings me joy. My life is really out of balance. I'm just working all the time. And if you know that, after I discovered myself as an artist soul gift archetype, no wonder I wasn't happy doing data crunching and statistical analysis every single day, right? So I just wasn't happy. Let me put it that way. Yeah.
So is this how you created the aura color wheel, the soul blueprint?
Yeah. So basically, 14 years passed along. During this period of time, I'm really dive really deep into spiritual wisdoms of every possible self-discovery system out there. I've studied them. We're talking about, astrology, Vedic astrology, human design, gene keys, numerology, zodiac, Chinese zodiac, you name it, I have studied it. I think what really intrigued me is that the first step of my personal healing and discovery journey is that at the time I live in Philadelphia, and there is one of the oldest yoga studios actually just right down the street. I still remember Yoga on Main. I mentioned it also on the book. I'm really grateful to my first yoga meditation teacher. I was crying like a baby the first session I was sitting down for meditation. I've never meditated before.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it is, but I just feel called, to just do it.
Right.
And it was a group of strangers, to me. But after that meditation, I don't feel it that way. I felt something much bigger was holding me the whole time. I feel very much home. And those are not strangers. I've known them. They are my sisters and brothers. I've known them for lifetimes. It really shifted my perspective. And then I get hooked on meditation because it was so profound the first time I did it. I'm like, wow, this is even bigger than doing yoga. So I keep doing it every single day for about 3 months. I was able to get off all the medication at the time that I take for anxiety and depression. I'm like,
For 3
wow.
months.
Yeah, I know. It was like, I was completely surprised by it. But I just I really enjoy it, the tranquility of it. Let me put it that way. Like, I feel like, oh my gosh, I don't need to worry about a thing.
Yes.
I feel so relaxed, and it was just very healing to me. I did that. To be honest, I mean, I'm doing this every single day, and this is my 14 years, still doing it. I'm still at it.
Well, how
But
long
that
do you
was what.
meditate per day? Just
That's about 20 minutes. It's not that long. At
Yeah.
the beginning, it's about 20 minutes. That's all you need, actually. So that was, and because it just feels so good. It's just like almost like I really get hooked. I wasn't like seeking any spiritual enlightenment or any form, you know what I mean? It's like I literally just want to heal myself, and I heard a lot of benefits. So I begin doing that, and it's a living proof that I don't need to take any anxiety med anymore. And I'm like, wow, this is great. And I did a astrology reading in the studio at the time.
Yeah.
It's a Vedic astrologer told me that my dharma or my life purpose this lifetime is to create. And I'm like, wow, he doesn't know me at all. He just like look at my chart, can tell me like 20 some years. I haven't find it, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this person just take a look at my chart and tell me exactly what I'm here to do. I'm like, okay, there is some profound knowledge inside. That's when I went deep with all the studies about self-discovery. Now, what this led to is in 2018. So that's about 7 years, after this wake-up call.
Yeah.
I had a spontaneously Kundalini awakening. So that's where everything changes. Now, before, I kind of know, there was something bigger than me. There was the universe holding me. I wasn't grow up spiritual spiritual or religious in any way. So for me, I just know there's something, kind of intuitively. But like 2018, when I had the Kundalini awakening, is when I really see, or perceive with my third eye, that I see people's aura. I see every living thing, not just human, like animals, plants, as well as tuning into the spirit realms, angels, ascended masters, ancestors, you name it, I've seen them. So that's really like shift everything. That's when 4.0 Helen rebirth. Yeah. Before this 5.0, so before the oracle wheel system was channeled, or that self-discovery system is channeled, that's where I was, in 2018.
Yeah.
At the time, I was doing a certified crystal healing program. And I literally told my crystal teacher, I'm like, wow, my gosh, I've never seen so much stuff going on in my third eye. What's going on with me? So I literally like DM her on Instagram. I'm like, I need some ER, like psychic ER visit, right? It's like all of a sudden you see all of these. If you asked me 10 years ago, do you believe in angels and all this? I would say, no, they don't exist. Or star beings, right? Even, star. Yeah. I'm a star seed, but at the time I didn't know, it was dormant. But now, like, once I tune into the quantum field, I see everybody is connected. All the souls are connected. I'm like, okay, I cannot deny this anymore. And my crystal teacher told me to bring a black tourmaline on my third eye, actually, to calm it down. It's a particular crystal, actually. It's still in front of me. But sometimes when I do spirit readings, like in front of the computer, I need a little bit of to calm down, right? So that's when I developed a very vivid vision. So during my meditation, actually the system is also channeled through meditation vision. And then I practice intuitive painting. That's all my paintings are. People will ask me, wow, your paintings are very vivid, vibrant in color.
I was just going to say that they are vivid.
Yeah, because that's what I see in my meditation. I'm currently having a solo gallery show. So one of my best pieces, actually many of my best pieces are at the gallery right now. But for those of you who are actually watching YouTube, I wanted to show you, this is my spirit team. And that's when I meditate. It's called a dragon's eye.
Yes.
So I'm just so glad that I practice my painting skills. I'm able to paint what I see in meditation. And that's kind of like, I just see a female figure, kind of Asian female figure in the front and a dragon in the background. So that's like
That
one
is
of my many paintings.
fascinating.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
So it's a channel vision. So it's like a new version of me, what I do now.
Yeah. Well, I know we're going to talk about this, but because you mentioned
Yep.
aura, I'm going to ask you later on about specifically about me, because you say you see the aura of every living organism, what you see
Yeah.
for me as well. So we'll
Oh, yeah. If
Yeah.
you're open, I do
I'm
readings all
open.
the time. Yeah.
I'm open and ready.
Yeah, I only do that for people. Well, at the beginning, because I see it, I immediately tell people, and then I realize, no, you don't do that, right? People need permission from you. You cannot just go. Hey, you look green today. What are you talking about,
I
right?
am giving you permission.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So at least when I tune in, just so I put it out there for aura readers and practitioners to know that there are 3 types of auras. It's very important to distinct them, because the more you read them, the more you understand. Because there was one type, it's called a mood aura. So the mood aura is around your face. So it's very intuitive, because you see someone's face is turning red. It's either he getting angry or he's shy, right? It's like almost intuitive. And that changes all the time. Because I get this question all the time by people asking me, oh, if your aura changes all the time, how do you tell me your soul purpose? Tell someone's soul purpose through something that changes all the time, right? That's why I want to put this out there to distinguish them. Now, mood aura, what they're talking about is mood aura. Yes, that changes all the time. Are you happy? Are you upset? All the time. Now, there is a second type of aura that's semi-permanent, and that's called the personality aura. Are you an outgoing person? Are you an introvert? Are you a more analytical person? Are you a more intuitive person? Now, that's around your head. All right, that's above your head. That only changes, I call it semi-permanent, is because that only changes if there is a significant event in your life that alter your personality a little bit. That also makes intuitive sense, right?
Yeah.
Kids change a little more than adults. Adults is more stable.
Okay.
Now, what I'm talking about in the book or in the aura color system, it's called the soul aura color. Now, that particular aura color, I'm not saying that it's permanent. It still changes, but it only changes if you heal a soul wound or learn a soul lesson. So that even takes even longer. Like you're aware that,
Right.
I'm learning something, I'm healing something,
Right.
or I'm embodying my soul gift. Something like really deep, significant happens, that you change. And that's around your heart chakra, because that's where our soul resides, right? So after this distinguish, you're open to do a reading.
Yes.
And I definitely see jade and turquoise. First, of course, it's a spectrum of aura color. Aura color is not a static color in, like a painting, solid color. It's almost like a shimmery water wave. So it's a spectrum of color. So what I'm seeing here, I'm reading soul aura. I'm not, but you're happy anyways. So that's your mood aura. So your soul aura is towards jade and turquoise. Now, what does that mean? Because your soul aura give me 3 key pieces of information about your soul. First is what is your strength or what is your gifts that you carry on from so many lifetimes that you already have it. You're very strong with that, right? And then another piece of information is what is your soul wound? What you're here to heal this lifetime that you just haven't healed from your past lives.
Yes.
And the last piece of information is what are the soul lessons that you're here to learn. The difference between the wound and the lessons is one is deeper, maybe require a little bit more self-awareness or a little more work to heal. And the other one, it might be more a cognitive thing. It's not as deep, right? So a turquoise aura tells me that you are a healer soul. So there is a soul gift archetype in my book. There are 9 universal soul gift archetypes. You are between healer and teacher. So that's why it's turquoise. It's between those two. You're a good communicator. You're very empathic in general. Turquoise souls are actually one of the oldest souls walking in planet Earth. So meaning that you are here many, many lifetimes. So this
Did
is not.
did I do everything wrong many, many times? And I'm
Oh, no.
okay.
You just experience. Your soul get to choose. Your soul get to choose once it's in the
Yes,
spirit realm. It's almost like you sign a contract. Like, do you want to remain in this realm? Do you want to do this and not all that? For souls who walk the human life for many lifetimes, you just very experienced in human experiences. I'm not saying that it's not, there is no good or bad. Don't use a judgment like, I'm this color. Am I good or bad? There was
yes,
no such a thing, just like there was no good or bad. Just a difference, right? You have your unique quality, right? So
yes.
what you bring in is that healing energy, that experience. So people tend to say that you're wise, beyond your age. Like you're a deep thinker, you are a healer because it's familiar to your soul. Like
Yes.
you've been doing this, practicing this many, many lifetimes, right? So typically these souls are either healers, they're interested in holistic healing. They are also interested in communicating, like teaching others doing this, and also like to cultivate a community of doing so. And they tend to also like to write, basically to express a way that's holistic and it's about human life and
Yes.
how to build community and things like that. And that's what exactly you're doing, which is a good sign. That means that you are in alignment with your soul's purpose.
I have to
Does
say,
that resonate?
yes, it does resonate with me. I always like to do things of service to people to help, see how I can always help people. And I got to tell you, it hit me because I thought there's so many times where things seem so familiar to me. Like I've experienced it before and I'm like, I know there's deja vu, but I say to myself, my goodness, have I been here before? Have I had this conversation before? It just seems very familiar.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I'm so happy that you resonate. That's because, turquoise souls are the oldest on planet Earth. They know Mother Nature, they know human experiences. You're almost like the grandmother in planet Earth.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that's why you feel familiar. That's why you're drawn to natural medicine, holistic healing, and
Yes.
also drawn to building communities. And of course, being of service is part of it. So all of these are empathic turquoise souls. And that being said, like this system is very intuitive because if you are strong, like you are more like a green and blue spectrum, right? It's your natural. That means those are the strong aura layers that you radiate. Now your soul wound on the opposite side, if you know a color view, literally the opposite of blue, it's orange. So that tells me that your sacral chakra is where your soul wound is at. So what you are here to heal, okay? Now sacral chakra, what is governs, right?
Mhm.
So the orange aura layer, it can manifest in physical symptoms, mental or emotional symptoms, as well as spiritual symptoms, right? So physical symptoms is anything that's around, that area, the lower abdomen. So if you have issues, physical issues around that area,
Yes.
I see you laughing and
Yes,
smiling. I'm
yes,
like,
that's
okay.
digestive issues, yes, absolutely, yes,
Exactly.
yes,
In the lower abdomen, like that's your physical manifestation of your soul wound, right?
yes,
When I was born, I have a blue aura layer wound. We're complementary. You see, there was no good or bad. We're just different, we're just born with different things.
yeah,
I need to heal my throat chakra a lot because I had a lot of constant, what's that called, nose bleeding
yes, yes,
and strep throat. All right. So
yeah,
now that's the physical manifestation. Now, on the other hand, like emotional or mental, it governs your menstrual cycles, natural, like for female, that's your
yes,
menstrual cycles. Might be hard having, during period or menopause and those type of things, related to around that, the wound, and also relationship issues around. Sometimes you might feel guilt or shame around having pleasure even, because that's such a natural part of human being, but that's because of the wound, you see. And then even deeper on a spiritual level, that means that you are here to end some soul contracts. That's like relationship. There is some negative soul contracts, either in your family or intimate relationship, that you are here to end. So it's like we are looking at the soul wound in different levels, and it can manifest in different facets in your life. Isn't this system so fascinating? It gives you a
I am
clear sense of who you are.
I am in awe. You just wow, you really fascinated me, and I'm thinking, gosh. Maybe I should have done this privately with you. No.
I hope it's okay. You give me permission.
I gave you
I try to be very diplomatically, saying
no,
this.
this would hey, I'm my authentic self. I am who I am.
Oh, I love that. Yeah,
I am who I am, and I'm okay with who I am.
I
So
love that. I love that.
absolutely, and I want people to learn from this and to realize that there's so much more that they don't know. There's more than meets the eye, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
And this system, the aura color wheel, really give you kind of like a framework to understand a subtle energy standpoint. Now, because I'm also very practical, luckily, like although I'm very spiritual, I'm also very practical because I'm a mom. I run the household. I know every single details of all that it's required.
Right.
So I like practical guidance. So that's why in this system, first of all, it doesn't require you to be able to see aura to know what your aura color is, right? You can take a quiz, 20-question quiz. Thank you for my spirit team to channel this 20-question, quiz. You can identify.
Another question, if you don't mind, Helen.
Okay.
How do I engage my spirit team properly to assist me?
Oh, yes. That's actually that's in chapter 18 in my book.
Okay.
I also have like detailed guidance on what you can do. But of course, the gateway, the starting point is you really need to have that space and time for yourself to self-reflect. It's or to connect with your spirit team during meditation. So meditation is really the gateway. Now, when I mention meditation, don't think that you're sitting there and doing nothing. When I mention meditation, it's such a huge part of my personal Kundalini awakening journey. So I of course have a chapter talking about meditation because you have different soul wounds in different aura layers. Once you identify it, you can use different type of meditation techniques to get to connecting with your spirit team a little bit faster. Why?
Right.
Because for example, I mentioned different type of tech. I try every single techniques. Like I even did a TM training, transcendental meditation. Like if there is a type of meditation, I did them. Okay. So it depends on, at the beginning, I really drawn to mantra meditation. It's because I need to heal my throat chakra wound.
Yes.
Okay. So I chant. I do a lot of chanting.
Yes.
That really opened up my throat. So it depends where your soul wound's at. Okay, so some people, especially when you have a soul wound in the red and orange aura layer, so it's more like embodiment practice is actually very good for you. So like Tai Chi, Qigong, mindful walking, gardening, like mindfulness, doing something. What happens is that the angle, I'm hoping this device is coming out soon, it's basically your brain, it's consistently vibrating in theta brainwave for 15 to 20 minutes. That's all that it requires every day. And that activates your pineal gland. That's where your intuitive center is. Okay. And there are different ways to do meditation. It doesn't have to be just sitting there and worry about 1,000 different things and you're not in your theta brainwave, you're not meditating. So what I mean meditation is literally, I think they are making the device more and more easier accessible. There's one point I tried to even Amazon one such a device. That's what they do in research centers when they do brain scan while you're doing your meditation and see what your brain, which part of your brain is changing. That's all that is about. So if you can get your brain into theta, you get your intuition up, it's easier for you to connect with your spirit team. So that's where, the question that you were asking me, how can I get to talk to them, right?
Right.
Another thing is that it's very simple practice, actually. You should do it today already if you're listening to this, is your spirit team are always there since you were born. Okay, everyone has about 5 to 7 or sometimes even 9 spirit guides, different types, working with them at the same time. Now, the first thing, because this realm runs in free will, you need to give permission. Just like at the beginning, I asked you, do I have your permission to give you a reading? You need to give them permission. You literally tell them, just like talk to a friend, talk to them. Hey, spirit team, if you're really here, I don't know if you're here, but, I'm willing to give you a shot, right? Doesn't matter. You just tell them. And saying that, okay, give me a sign if you're really here with me today. I don't care. Like, ideally, you pick a thing that's so specific for you that no one will understand. Maybe a sock under the bed. I don't know. Something that only you will decipher. At the beginning, I was 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Remember, I wasn't even believing that.
Right.
I play with my guardian angel. I said, okay, I kind of think you're here, but I also don't know whether you really exist. If you are really here to help me, can you show me an orchid flower? That's what I said at the time, because orchid flower is my father's favorite flower, and he passed away, and I knew he's one of my guides, but I just want a confirmation almost, right?
Yeah.
So because now I live in Southern California, even in grocery stores, there were orchid flowers, and my spirit guide knows that that's not special enough for me to know that's his sign. So what he did is that I was cleaning out my closet, and inside my closet, when I open up the old books,
Yes.
I opened up my yoga teacher training manual. A flower fell out, and dry orchid flower fell out.
No.
Yeah, exactly. No way. My whole body had goosebumps, and my eyes is almost tearing up. You know, you had that. You had that full body chills while you're almost like crying, but you are not. Holy cow! Now that's a huge sign of that. They are here,
Now,
right?
how long did that take after you made that request to your spirit?
Within a week. I think within a week. Probably like 2 or 3 days. Now, it's not immediate. And to be honest, I have forgotten about it even.
Right.
You cannot be so obsessed that, oh, you haven't shown me the sign yet. Hey, spirit team, you haven't shown. I just say it because also at the time, I wasn't too believing yet. Let me put it that way. Like, I'm 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Like, I tell it, like, I forgot about it. Then a few days, I had to do some packing and stuff. So then I started to dig into my closet. That's when I completely forgot about it. Thank you, guardian angel, for letting me know. I was like almost fell down on my knees. I was just so shocked this happened. Now, this I tell my students and clients all the time. 100% of the time when they come back to me, it's like, I've never seen a sign in my neighborhood walking, spelling out angels right in front of me. I walk that path every single damn day. Like they have walks all the time.
Yeah.
But it's like, what's going on? I'm like, yep. See, your guys are communicating with you. They want you to know that they are here. Now, if you do that experiment and it works, and it really doesn't take that long, I mean, within a week, but you cannot so obsessive, like every single minute, I'm going to check, hey, are you talking to me? Are you talking to me, right? So that's like the beginning of establishing a connection. And then the more you are able to sit in that theta brainwave, right? The more you allow them to come. Every time you sit down to meditate, you will tell them, oh, spirit guides, I'm completely open. If you have any signs, symbols, or messages that I should receive this time, I trust you. I open. I surrender. Now, another really hard part for people to do is actually surrendering, because they want to control. Like, they almost want to know when the message is going to deliver. Is it going to show me to the end result? Is it tell me the yes and no? To be honest, I've asked so many yes and no questions. There was no definite answer. It's almost a choose your own adventure game. That's why you incarnated as a human. Otherwise, you just stay in the spirit realm.
Right.
It's like you can choose. They don't intervene. They will give you, information that you should know, but they will let you choose no matter what. Okay?
So how
if you
are you so sure that this is what's coming through is your spirit guide family? Like, I don't just want anybody coming to talk to me. I want to make sure it is my spirit guide family.
Right. That's also initially a lot of people's concern. I love that. I love that question. It's very relevant. So when you feel that connection, when you feel your spirit team are trying to connecting with you, you have absolutely no fear. So you feel so comfortable, so trusted. It's like an old friend or someone that you trust. You feel that feeling. That feeling is the signal, okay? That feeling is like, I'm so comfortable. I'm so held. I don't need to worry about a thing, There was absolutely no fear, absolutely no doubt. That's absolutely your spirit guide, one of your guides. It cannot be anybody else, right? And also, to be honest, like now, because I've been able to tune in for the past 7 years, I work in the spirit realm. And even sometimes I tune in to other spirits, hanging around with me. it's absolutely not like Hollywood horror story portray, like so scary, so nothing. They are just like, sometimes they might need help, right? And if you said that, sorry, I'm just not vibrationally ready for it, they will just walk away. There was nothing, like they're not going to intrude your will. A lot of people get a lot of fear when they connect. Whether that's like a bad ghost, whether it's going to be whatever. And it's not like that. Even if you tune in, accidentally, you pick up that signal, just like radio waves, sometimes you pick up a signal. That's okay. You can just if you don't feel. The important thing is embodiment. Your body feels it. It doesn't feel right. I don't feel safe or whatever. You can just say it out loud. You can literally say it out loud. Please leave now. And then they will go away, because in the spirit realm, remember, they honor free will. You have to just speak it out as if you're talking, talking to somebody exist. And that's completely fine. So that's how I differentiate.
Right.
When I feel like I'm completely at peace, or when I'm like feeling a little bit icky, I'm not sure, or things like that.
So another question for you, because I gave you permission. Do you see any spirits around me now? Or do you?
Yes. Just like if you open, I do spirit message reading all the time. I actually just did one before I hop on the call. I do this reading for everyone. Oh, okay. So Archangel Michael is really strong with you, just so you know, and he's one of your main protectors all your life.
Archangel Michael?
Michael, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Archangel Michael. Yeah, he's there with you, as well as Raphael. So Raphael is literally, so Michael is indigo blue ray of light, and Raphael is the angel of all healing, and he's radiating emerald green ray of light, and literally is like your glass, like your glass frame. That's how what he's radiating. They are the pair that are really strong with you currently. Also, Archangel Gabriel is here to help you. Actually, she's saying that she's here. Sometimes I say he or she because they are really divine feminine and masculine all together. There is no sex or gender in between angels. So Gabriel is saying that he's helping you putting together this soul, by the way. So he's the angel of creativity, passion, and also the communicator. He's like the communicator with God, like the spirit, the messenger of God. And he's saying that thank you for being of service, for spreading your authentic truth to help others to raise the vibrational frequency of the world, bringing happiness to your world. So those are the three main angels that are working with you right now. But I also see actually some elemental spirits and animal spirits. You are also a nature lover, by the way. They are saying that there are fairies flying around. So they're not speaking, like they're not like stepping out and speaking. But Archangel Jophiel is another angel that you connect with. She's the angel of joy, beauty, and grace. She is here for you to embody all of that. And that's one of the angels that you've been working with for a long time also, for joy, beauty, and grace. And actually, that's why you created the soul, as well as in your personal life. She's saying that you really enjoy being in nature, gardening, and that's how to recharge, how you normally typically recharge your soul. So those are the main angels who are working with you. Now, I didn't see as many star beings, but I see a lot of ascended masters, including Mother Mary is here with you. She is saying that you're not religious in that way, but you have that Mother Mary nurturer type of, figure in your family. You offer that to everyone in your community. And she is the love. She is the, the energy of love that you channel and giving out. So from that, motherly energy, that she is the one that holding you all the time. So when I tune in, there were 9 different type of spirit guides. When I see this type of, I normally kind of gauge a soul's mission by who are the guys kind of floating around them.
9? And, so 9 around me?
Oh, no, like there were 9 types.
Okay.
But the main ones I have told you that who are here. So angels, ascended masters, fairies, and animal spirits. Those are the strongest with you. Yes. So based on this combination, and that's why it's like fully, you are really fully a turquoise aura soul, because you are the one the walking human path. Now on the contrary, if I see a soul with a lot of star beings, right, then I know that that particular soul has been in other star system and just dropped down on planet Earth. And those souls tend to have, we call them ADHD, this and that, we label them that type thing, but because they're just not accustomed to planet Earth living, right? So it's like a different type of soul. So I mentioned all those guys actually in my book, so that you can dive with them deeper. So it depends on who are the guys appearing. They have different mission in there. Actually, now as I was talking, I saw a grandmother figure. I'm not sure whether it's from your father line or mother line. You might not have known her. It's one of your grandmother or great grandmother, actually. It looks like a tribal setting that she was there with you. As I was channeling this, my whole body is having truth chills, I call them. She's just nodding her head, almost crying. She's very proud of you for what you have done, for the healing that you've done for the family and for the lineage. So I would take that in. Okay, thank you, Grandma. That was really, really nice. Yeah, and also when you channel, when you connect with your spirits, your heart, like my heart, it's feeling the connection. That's where the most of the time, that's where I feel in the chest. And that's very good. So I did not expect I'm going to do a reading, but if you're open to it, yes, let's go with it.
But I'm very open, very open. It's funny, you mentioned my grandmother. My grandmother passed not too long ago, and we were very connected.
Wow.
So yeah, she was a fantastic woman. I realize that more now with her death than when she was here. So thank you for sharing that. That was wonderful. That was really
well, thank you for for doing this, in your soul. And yeah, I feel the emotion as well. It's a deep love for you. She has really deep love for you. Wonderful. That's how I felt. That's like at the end she came in. She's like, "Don't forget about me." I'm like, okay. Yeah.
Fantastic lady. Fantastic lady. So I'm just going to pivot for a second because I think I need to pivot. For those who are listening who feel, sorry, just need a minute.
Yeah, no worries at all. Yeah, it gets a little emotional. But that's a great showcase for those of you who are wanting to connect with your spirit guide. This is the signal. You see, it's like I felt that way when I'm talking to my guides. I literally felt like I'm bending on my knees. I'm crying. It's an emotion that you sense. It's the full body tingle. It's the tears. You cannot decline. That's the signal. If you ask me what is the optimal signal that you are actually talking to them, that's how it felt like.
Yeah. Yeah. I like, honestly, I feel it every day. But for those who are listening who feel lost or they're off their path, it's one small soul-based habit that they can begin today.
Yes, I love this question also. I really believe smaller actions every single day will get a big change. That I would recommend have that 20 minutes to yourself. I didn't even require it to be absolute meditation practice because our life is way too busy. I was there, look at where I am today. I was there with you. My daily schedule is packed since the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed. Every single minute is counted for. Then please allow yourself to have 20 minutes to do that thing that you enjoy. If you don't like meditation, it's okay. Maybe you like to listen to music. It's absolutely a long time for you and your soul. Have a date with your soul. If you want to hear that, you need to date it every single day. It's like you don't marry someone when you just met, right? You don't know him or her enough. You need to know your soul enough. So have that quiet time. You can read, you can listen to music. Ideally, I don't want you to do anything actively involved. So you are more like a passive listener or receiving. Solfeggio frequency music is great. If you tune into a particular solfeggio frequency, you can just Google. Nowadays, there's so many. Yeah. So that's relaxing. Taking a bath and doing nothing, or even just sitting by the window, looking people walking by. Do not feel guilty of not doing anything. Don't do that. Artists do that all the time, by the way.
Yeah.
So because that's what they connect with spirit. What's inspiration? It literally means in spirit. And that's the masterpiece that's going to come out. So every day, 20 minutes, give it to yourself. Give it to your soul. That's all it requires.
So you've created an entire 10-week course around your work. What types of personal shifts have your students experienced?
Oh, wow. I love that. I love seeing them going through this course because they come in. And I also love how diverse the result can produce, because some came in really has a lot of fear around the imposter syndrome to embody their soul gifts. I remember one of student, Jessica, she came in magenta soul aura color, artist archetype, but really have the personal power center, the yellow aura layer is wounded. She healed that, using the 7-step to embody your soul gift and claim her artist soul gift archetype. Now she's a Broadway dancer shining her own light. All right. That's one type of shift. It's someone who has hesitation of fully claim that I am this. All right. And some people came into the program really need healing because they feel really stuck. It's almost like the hamster wheel. The problem with soul wound and soul lesson is that if you don't deal with it, it just becomes bigger and bigger. And then at the beginning, it's just pebbles, roadblocks in your road. At the end, it's like a huge brick. It's like, you don't listen to me, now I give you this, right? I had actually cancer, first stage breast cancer and first stage pancreatic cancer. Patients came to me saying that, I really cannot work. It's really hard for me right now in this particular stage. Now, that's the physical manifestation to the extreme, right? If she have dealt with this a little bit earlier, maybe it doesn't have to be this extreme. I still remember Sherry, when I shared this, I all asked them their permission. They allowed me to share that, So she was sexually abused by her younger brother and, verbally abused by her, sexually abused by older brother, verbally abused by younger brother. And she came to me in her 60s. It's already like super hard, first stage breast cancer because of the forgiveness, heart chakra wound. She cannot forgive, right? She practiced the healing techniques all around the heart chakra, that particular area. And she was like, she decided it's a decision. I told her that you don't want to trap yourself inside your own cage. You're trapping. Yes. To them, it doesn't make a freaking difference. They are just like doing whatever. And the problem is if you don't go through this I just don't want her to come back the next lifetime and deal with this abuse relationship. You see, that's some shitty soul contracts right there, right? No. And she decided to forgive them. Of course, it's through a lot of limiting beliefs, a lot of deep practices. And the crazy thing is her younger brother, 10 years, they haven't spoken. He called her like on the phone. The last day of our session, he called her on the phone and apologized the behavior he did when they were children. I was like, freaking amazing. See, that's the work. You work on your own aura. You just deal with your own stuff. And the universe will co-create with you, co-create a new reality with you.
Yes.
Now, her older brother had passed away, but during a channeling session, just like what I did for you, but the deeper one, his brother came through. Like her brother came through and apologized his behavior. And I'm like, congratulations, the soul contract's gone. You don't need to deal with this anymore. She told me she felt like a huge stone. It's like lifted out of her chest and went back to the hospital for a scan, breast cancer gone. So that's like some people come to embody their soul gift. Some people come to heal their soul wound, deep healing. And some people like Tina is literally just want to connect with that spirit team, like exactly like what you ask.
Right.
I just need my intuition up. She's an entrepreneur, soul gift archetype. She need to make decisions all the time because it's a lot of money at stake. She's under a lot of pressure, and it's really hard for her to listen to. Because of the stress, it's really hard for her to listen to her intuition. She said, I need guidance. I need to know what's the next right step for the company, right? Yeah. So I said that, okay, that's what you need to focus on. What I like about that course is that I give you a toolbox. It's almost like, you have a medicine cabinet. You fill up with different medicine. Do you want vitamin C or do you want a headache pill right now, right?
Right.
So everyone comes in they have their own journey, because I don't know where you at. Are you doing the healing? Are you doing the embodiment? Are you doing the intuition part? No matter what, you get your toolbox. And then next time, because once your soul upgrade, I call it, this is 5.0, right? Hopefully 6.0 is coming up. So once you do an upgrade, your soul will give you a next assignment to do an upgrade. Eventually, the human experience, what is a human experience, to be honest? Why do you incarnate? It's literally to evolve.
Yes.
Although we all have, different soul purpose, but in general, everybody, if you are human, basically you are here to evolve. So evolve to what? To embody your gift, to be of service, and so that you can exchange in fulfillment, and then to heal your wounds and learn your lessons. At the end of the day, what is this path called? It's called enlightenment. Why is it called enlightenment? Because your soul's composition fundamentally is light. And because we have different soul wounds, that's why we reflect different colors in that light wavelength. That's your soul aura, right? Now, eventually, if you work up every single aura layer of the rainbow, like the 7 chakras, you work on it, or, all of it to a certain standpoint, you become white or gold light. That's your soul aura color. You're either white or gold, because it's encompassing all the aura colors. And those are what all the ascended masters have walked this path. Jesus Christ, Buddha, why people think they have a halo around, like olden sages said that they have a halo around their head. It's because they walk through every single aura layer, meaning every life frequency, like from the physical to the mental to the emotional to the spiritual, they walk through it all. And that process, people call it enlightenment. That's it.
So, Helen, I have a question for you. Do you think that the academic world will ever fully accept or study the energetic systems like the aura color wheel?
Oh, it's shifting and changing. I would say that we are actually very lucky in the curse of this revolution. I think they are doing it. One of my colleagues, actually, Dr. Joe Dispenza,
yes,
it's a Hay House author, and
yes,
he is actually doing a lot of research in UC San Diego. He's trying to use, that's why I mentioned a lot of devices are developing and becoming more and more accessible for you to actually measure it, the change. During the meditation, he actually document all the data down. He's seen in his conferences, people on wheelchair all their life begin to walk.
I've seen it.
There is like a blind lady can begin to see. To be honest, like, this is not magic or miracle. I actually explain it in my book, even from a scientific standpoint. Like, luckily, because I came from academic realm, so I know how they do research. I know to be honest, it's all correlation. If you can get the correlation to point A and point 9, it's already down close. So basically, we cannot prove causality, even in the medical realm, right? So what a lot of the spiritual teachers are trying to do is to basically prove that this is possible. It's because the layers of light. Remember I mentioned about the aura, you need to work up every single layer.
Yes.
It's because fundamentally it's the structure of the aura layer. So think about it, it's like an onion, okay? So your aura is like an onion. So the most inner layer is the closest to your head, okay? That's your physical body. That's your projection of your physical body. And then the second aura layer is your sacral chakra. That's a little bit outside, encompassing your emotional body, right? So if you have a good mood, your body naturally feels good.
Yes.
The reason of that is because your emotion is encompassing your physical body. Now think about that. The next thing is your mental body. That's the third, onion layers there. That's your yellow solar plexus chakra. Now, if you have a good thought, if you have a positive thought, that's what Louise Hay House founder, healed her cancer using positive affirmation. That's also not a miracle, whatever, because that's how our energy radiates. Because if you have a positive affirmation, you have positive thinking, positive thought, give you positive emotions, because the emotions is inside the thought, and the emotions and the thought give you good physical body. It's just a way. It's literally science. Like, for me, there is no differentiation. Like, if the major perspective shift to be honest, is that you need to dim yourself as light, not as this physical flesh and meat.
Yes.
If you can change that perspective, we are fundamentally light, like light bulbs, I'm talking about like literally a bowl of light in the center of our, then you begin to treat different things very differently. Oh, so your physical body has some symptoms. What you actually need to learn from the light is that you need to change your emotions. How do you change your emotions to feel good? You need to change your thoughts. How do you change your thoughts to feel good? That's your heart chakra, astral body. Your astral body is the one that connecting with your spirit team. So if you can connect it with everyone and everything around you, if you think of it as one, a lot of psychics actually see in the quantum field, we are interrelating web. There was really no separation, okay? Even though two people doesn't know each other, they are connected. So if you can do that from your heart can heal every single atom, every single cell inside of your body. So that's why it's not miracle. To me, it's not, because that's how light bulbs, how lights work, right?
Right.
And the same thing, a lot of people want to manifest.
Yes.
I want like $1 million and I want a new house, I want a soulmate, whatever. If from you are a light standpoint, it's from the inside out. Remember healing from the outside in? Now you're going from the inside out. Meaning that like if I'm really clear, this is really my soul's mission. Okay, now this is my soul gift. This is what I'm going to do. All right. And then you need to tell your emotional layer. That's what Dr. Joe Dispenza always tell. You need to feel that emotion. So, for example, if I'm a teacher or I'm an artist, I really need to feel really good about claiming this. There was no doubt in my mind. This is mine. Like being successful as an artist, it's my path. That's my birthright. I'm born here to do this. Then you feel the good emotion of being a successful artist. How does it feel like to you? Okay. And then you begin to think those thoughts. If you are a successful entrepreneur, if you're a successful artist, what do you think on an everyday basis? You won't think of lack. You won't think of, you will feel fulfilled. You will feel happy. You feel joy all the time. And then what happened, that light bulb will send a signal to the universe, to the outer layer of your onion peel, tells your crown chakra, hey, by the way, this soul is ready. This soul wants to manifest this. This soul want to manifest that. And then the universe will organize all of these pieces of the puzzle to make that into a physical reality. That's how manifestation works.
So and it doesn't matter how. We don't care about the how.
Exactly. Don't care about the how because the universe will organize that for you. Just like getting this book deal, to be honest, people can say it's a miracle because I never find a book agent nor sign up Hay House or subscribe Hay House email.
Yes.
I just feel like I'm ready because after I talk to my spirit team, I'm like, hey, I think this is going to help other souls out there. And they said, yeah, it's time. And I don't even doubt it. There was not such a minute that I'm doubting this, okay? And then I receive an email from Hay House. Hey, we have a writers club. You want to join? And you can submit your book for proposal. I'm like, yeah, like this is a sign. It's the easiest, most effortless way to manifest what is the truth of you. So from like tracing from the 3D realm, you need to list all your goals. You need to list all the possibilities. And then you need to work your ass off. It's a very masculine. Now, I'm not saying that it doesn't work, okay? It's just a masculine way. Having structure is important. Taking action is important.
Yes.
But at the same time, you need to allow and receive. That's the feminine way of doing things. Once this yin and the yang is in a well balance, that's when your happiness comes through because life doesn't have to be this hard. Sometimes it's almost like hard to believe, and I'm still practicing that because at a conference, I met a tech guy. He's helping me to develop an AI app, to do coaching based on the aura color wheel. I just hit it off with him, really good intuition flowing and all that.
Yeah.
And now he said that I can help you with all the technology back-end stuff for your business. And I'm like, it's still hard for me to know it off, right? It's like, wow, I've been doing this all by myself for a long time. Now because I know it's a time for my business to kind of upgrade. I need help, right? And you know what's the funny thing? Now,
What?
talking about spirit, right? I wasn't comfortable of doing that. I'm like still hesitating whether I should, hand off and let this guy do the thing. I do a meditation, and it was my own recording. For some reason, I really want to do that particular meditation that day. And I literally hit it. It was a channel message. I guess spirit wants me to hear that. It
Wow.
said that just trust that everything is going to go your way. You don't need to try so hard. Literally, that's what it said.
Right. Yes.
That's exactly what I need to hear. So that's when spirit talking to you. Like if you are in a state of uncertainty, but then you are on your right path, because we all feel that. Even if you're on the right path, because it's new to you, you're uncomfortable.
Yes.
You're not going to be feeling super sure. And then when spirit knows that you are like this, maybe you turn on the radio. It's the exact thing you need to hear. Maybe you turn on the TV. Maybe you just flip to that page of the book. I'm like, it's the exact thing you need to hear. That's how they work with you in these subtle ways. And then if your schedule is super packed, super busy, you won't be able to pick that up. You see? Like if that night, that was a very busy day for me. I didn't have time in the morning to meditate. So at night, I'm like, I need that, right? So I sit down. If that night I did not have that, remember the 20-minute practice to myself, I wouldn't hear this message, and that message will be ignored. So that's the opportunity for you to tune in. And we are not, this society, when you ask about, the academia, this society is pretty built on masculine energy. So it's not comfortable for us to allow or let go or just do nothing. Literally, it's not comfortable of doing that. But I still encourage you to do that. You don't have to do that very long. That's the good part of it. If the little taste of it, you taste the sweetness of it, that already give you enough to keep going, to going further. And I am in this journey. I am wholeheartedly in this journey with you, because I'm also very familiar with the masculine way of doing things. I'm trying to steer, like more and more towards the feminine way of manifesting.
Yeah.
So if you are there with me, I think you can hear me. I am also in the middle of it.
I could talk to you all day long, Helen, like all day long. But I have one final question for you.
Mm-hmm.
You could whisper one truth to every person listening who feels like they're searching for meaning. What would you say to their soul?
Okay, your soul is light. Lao Tzu once said, knowing others is wise. Knowing yourself is enlightenment. Take time to know your soul.
I couldn't say it any better. That's so true. That resonated with so many people around the world. Helen, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for helping me open my soul. And you know what? During the process of the reading, you allowed me to forgive myself for things that happened in the past and to move on and think of life as a journey for myself. So I don't want to break down again, but thank you so much. Thank you.
Wow, that's the biggest, actually. I would take that into my heart. That's actually the biggest compliment. A transformation happening in real time when I'm experiencing it. I love that.
It definitely
I love that.
me. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Jackie. I really appreciate that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. What a vibrant and soul-nourishing conversation with Helen. Her book, The Aura Color Wheel, isn't just a guide. It's an invitation to see ourselves through a more compassionate, colorful lens. As Helen reminds us, tuning into our aura isn't about perfection. It's about presence. And sometimes the most powerful healing begins with simply noticing what color we're radiating in that moment. Thank you, Helen, for shining your light on the unseen and helping us reconnect with our energetic truth. I'm Jackie Denise. Thank you for joining us.